Shalom, Kal Halal, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, Bahashem Kakadash. Double honors to the elder apostles and elder bishops of GMS, including the elders that came before them that taught us His truth. All the brothers out pushing word and truth and in sincerity, the hopeful elect, tabernacle of David, the Aquath listening and learning, being a pillar of rest, the 144,000, the 1/3, the elect of Israel. I'm the brother Yahshua. I'm back with the WW3 Daily Update. Shalom and salutations to you as well. I'm trying to shorten my intro, so bear with me. It's going to be a quick little update. We're going to let Skeletor speak. We're going to start right here, 2nd Ezra 16 and 1 from the top. Woe be unto thee, Babylon, and Asia. Woe be unto thee, Egypt and Syria. Okay? And all these places right now, okay? Considering Babylon is America and Egypt is America. Right? Syria, there's serious fighting going on in Syria. And Asia is what Skeletor is about to talk about right now over in the South China Sea, Taiwan, China, and that whole area. Gird up yourselves with cloths of sack and hair, bewail your children and be sorry, for your destruction is at hand. Okay? A sword is sent upon you, and who may turn it back? A fire is sent among you, and who may quench it? Plagues are sent unto you, and what is he that may drive them away? May any man drive away a hungry lion in the wood, or may any one quench the fire in the stubble when it hath begun to burn? May one turn again the arrow that is shot of a strong archer. The mighty Lord sendeth the plagues, and who is he that can drive them away? A fire shall go forth from his wrath, and who is he that may quench it? All this is talking about warring going on, right? This sword is a missile, okay? Plagues, you got biowarfare, right? Arrow, broken arrow, nukes, all right? He shall cast lightnings, and who shall not fear? He shall thunder, and who shall not be afraid? The Lord threateneth. The Lord shall threaten, and who shall not be utterly beaten to powder at his presence? Okay. Jump down. For strong is his right hand that bendeth the bow. His arrows that he shooteth are sharp, and shall not miss when they begin to be shot into the ends of the world. When you're dealing with an archer does what? You got a section of archers. Archers, you dip your arrow in the fire, right? And then all the archers shoot their fiery arrows at the same time at the enemy, and then what? You're at war, right? This is referring to those nuclear ICBMs when they begin to be shot into the ends of the world. All right. Behold, the plagues are sent and shall not return again until they come upon the earth. A fire's kindled shall not be put out till it consume the foundation of the earth. World War III. Like as an arrow, which is shot of a mighty archer, returneth not backward, even so shall the plagues that shall be sent upon the earth not return again. Woe is me, who will deliver me in those days? Ezra was tripping. The beginning of sorrows and great moanings, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars. And the power shall stand in fear, the beginning of evils. What shall I do when these evils shall come? Let's watch Skeletor. Where's he at? I guess I didn't get him yet. Oh, Skeletor is going to give the update today. Where's he at? Right here. Come on, Scully. Bear with me. The devil is hard at work.
If work ever...
It's a lot. Okay, so this full spectrum survivor 4 hours ago. Get cover. China issues imminent threat to the U.S. And away we go. This is acting a damn
fool. This is an imminent threat. China has warned the United States of America of an immediate storm of lethal consequences. They say this is going to happen because of Taiwan. China has now warned the USA that it has crossed the red line. It says that President Joe Biden's recent announcement to send more military aid to Taiwan from a fund that is usually only reserved for sovereign states is a red line that should not have been crossed. China saying they're going to send an imminent storm toward the region. They issued a so-called chilling warning after Biden promised this military aid. This has increased tensions in the region, and we're seeing a spiraling effect thereof.
That's a threat, a warning. That's a straight threat.
Despite just the modest amount of money that was promised over, China is furious. They say the foreign military financing program shows without a shadow of a doubt that the United States of America is actively engaged in wartime conflicts with China. This fund is reserved for sovereign or independent states, and China, of course, sees Taiwan as a renegade, a province, and it vows to fully retake the island. The Global Times, which is a communist state-run newspaper that is seen by the world as China's mouthpiece, they went on an immediate offensive, and they said that China's strong dissatisfaction and firm oppositions are obvious, and that China's response to what they consider to be a continuous line of provocations by the USA on the Taiwan, this will not, and there has been decisions made, that this will not be tolerated by the Chinese government. They say it's no longer time for just talking about it. They say we will not be limited to mere statements. It added that with the increasing number of intense and interventional methods, the brewing of an imminent storm of lethal consequences will not be ignored. Now, the United States responded to this, saying that these funds would be used to strengthen Taiwan's self-defense capabilities. It will enhance maritime awareness. In addition, the top Chinese ministry spokesperson slammed the move. They said that China's belief is that Taiwan is inalienable, as much as Texas is to the USA, California is to the United States, or especially, and even more likely, Puerto Rico is. They say that this move by the United States of America shows a willful decision to provide weapons to China's Taiwan region under a foreign military financing committee that uses money for sovereign states in a violation of what the United States of America has held long onto as a one China principle. They say China deplores the move. They have claimed that this has violated international law. They say that this has harmed peace, and it gives signals to Taiwan and the separatist and independence forces therein that they are backed by the USA, by proxy by South Korea, and again by proxy by the Philippines and Japan. Now, China says in a quote, "There is but one China in this world, and Taiwan is an inalienable part of China's territory." The Taiwan situation is an internal affair, they say, that offers no foreign interference. Tensions are already soaring as China moves to more aggressively institute foreign policy over Taiwan and the South China Sea. As you'll remember, just a couple of months ago, Beijing started conducting massive military drills around this island. Last month, China sent dozens of aircraft and dozens of ships into the Taiwan median line of the Taiwan Strait. This is part of a bigger plan. You can see that every country in this world, when they lose money, have some sort of instability or insecurity, they go to war. And we see why this is happening in China as companies swapped 32 billion US dollars for yuan with banks in onshore forwards. America is on.
Yeah. Yes, sir. I'll let a little more play.
Forwards. This is the highest that it has ever been swapped in history. The Chinese president right now has announced that he will skip the G20 summit. The Chinese developer Country Garden has said that it is defaulting. We're starting to see the cards fall in this entire world as we know it is built on cards. Now, over in Russia, because this is part of an interconnected conflict, their MiG-31 jets are being reported as escorting Norway's Poseidon patrol aircraft over the Barents Sea. Russia has come out and they have said that we have NATO countries violating or near violating Russian airspace. They say that these are a threat. You know, if you've got a guy walking down the street and he's walking back and forth in front of your house with a shotgun, right? And he's looking at your window and he's pointing at you. Do you think he's a threat to you? You got children sleeping inside. Are you guys just going to have an 8 o'clock bedtime and let the guy with the shotgun walking up and down your driveway, or at least your, even if you have eminent domain in your house, the castle doctrine, things like that, that is only reserved for a locked door, a closed door in your house. And so the guy walking up and down your driveway with a shotgun, the guy walking up and down your fence line with a defense tool, is he a threat to you? Well, a lot of people would consider him a threat. And that's the same way that Russia considers NATO, considers all of these NATO-backed countries. They are just running these missions over and over again. And it's the same exact way that China sees the USA in what we're doing with building that port in the Philippines, bolstering and giving more money to the Philippines, stacking and stacking weapons for Japan and South Korea to use. They know that we're walking their fence. We can start to see that there's a bigger problem here because oil prices are up 30% in months. They're back to their highest levels since November of the year 2022. The last time that oil prices were where they stand right now, the U.S. Strategic Petroleum Reserve had 240 million more barrels of oil inside of it than it does today. The SPR is at its lowest level since the 1980s. Oil prices are 22% above the $67 range where the U.S. wants to refill the reserves. In short, it's not going to happen. They expect OPEC to extend voluntary production cuts over the next couple of months, and higher oil prices are here to stay. That means higher gas prices. That means higher food prices. That means higher everything. Economists that are speaking on what's happening to oil had the following to say. They warn that if it's not already the case, crude and gasoline prices are going to take center stage in the global marketplace.
Oil was the reason for the Japanese attacking Pearl Harbor, by the way. Just a little tidbit.
They say prices are going to keep going up even though they've already rallied. First, U.S. gas demand hit a new record. Isn't that funny how we're pushing for more and more electronic vehicles, but gas is at a record for demand?
Okay, we can end it there. He's getting more into prepping and less World War III. There's your World War III, and it was very well updated. Good job, Skeletor. We'll just end it right there. Let's see. Give me let's go to Matthew. Matthew 24. And let's read this. Matthew 24 and 6. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of war. Didn't we just hear that? Didn't Skeletor just lay it down perfectly? Like it jumped out of the Bible? We just heard of wars and rumors of war. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, And there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. All these are the beginnings of sorrows. Pretty clear that that's what's going on. Yeah. So we'll just end it right there. Um, See you on the next video. Yeah. Hope the elect ratified. Your brothers and sisters. Shalom.